Hey everybody, welcome to the Soul Food Priest podcast with Father Ben. It is great to have you as always. One of my favorite cookbooks, especially during the Christmas season, believe it or not, is the Vatican Christmas cookbook. I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but believe it or not, the cookbook is actually pretty good. And I am highly skeptical of cookbooks, as you may have heard. I just assume the worst with a lot of the cookbooks. Why? Because a lot of people never actually test the recipes before publishing them in a cookbook. This one is actually pretty good. It's called the Vatican Christmas Cookbook by David Geiser and Thomas Kelly, published by Sophia Institute Press. And so David Geiser was a former Swiss Guard. That's the dudes at the Vatican that have the colorful outfits and the swords. And he's also a chef from Switzerland. And Thomas Kelly, who helped with it. And it's got some good stuff in there, believe it or not. And it's really funny because one of Pope Francis's favorite foods, he loves Argentinian empanadas, and he also loves ice cream. But this is really weird. He loves broccoli cheese yogurt. Ew. I know Jesus said, "Be not afraid," but that may be taken a little too far. But I'd never even heard of broccoli cheese yogurt, but apparently it's something he likes. And it must be working because he's still vibrant at 88 years old. So, but it's really beautiful, right? As we talk about the Swiss Guard and the over 500 years, well over 500 years of service to the Vatican and especially to the Pope, keeping in mind that many of the Swiss Guard at the Vatican have given their lives over the years in service and protection of the Pope, which they're sworn to do. And all of the Swiss Guard, as you may know, at the Vatican are Swiss males, and they take a promise to protect the Pope. And many, when they're done in their service, in standing there in attention, they will assume other forms of service to the Vatican as well. So it's really amazing, the service that these guys give. And some of these guys, a lot of times it's hard to tell, but they are in tip-top shape, amazing shape. And so we owe them a debt of gratitude for their service to the Holy See and especially to our Pope. And to that point, it is kind of worth bringing up very briefly, what about protection? We all would agree that people have inside themselves Mama Bear and Papa Bear. And I can tell you as a pastor, there have been many times over the years that I feel a sense of protection of the people of God, whether it's somebody comes to a church and they're looking to steal a purse or something like that, right? You get real protective. And we should be. Let's be honest. We live in a dangerous world. And so at the same time, it's good to remember there's a huge difference. There's a huge difference between being aggressive just for the sake of being aggressive and a legitimate protection. For instance, our catechism makes point of the fact that there's a difference, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it makes the point there's a big difference between murder of, i.e., an innocent person, and taking someone's life in legitimate self-defense. To that point, it says that a country has not only the right, but the duty to protect its citizens, even if that involves using lethal means to do so. What's called, the Catholic doctrine refers to this as, quote, an unjust aggressor. So even if one has to render an unjust aggressor a lethal blow, we have to do that, and we have the right to do that. Any parent anywhere in the world would say that they are willing to deal a lethal blow to protect their children and their spouse. And so this is very, very different than murder. On the other hand, let's be honest, most people would feel horrible after they did that, but we would know that it's the right thing to do because we have the right to protect ourselves and also our family and the ones we love. So that it's good to remember that because sometimes this will come, especially for those that work in law enforcement and soldiers. And so we have to protect what's holy. Jesus said, do not lay your pearls before swine. In other words, his point is we have to protect what and who is holy. Don't forget to put soul in your food and give food to your soul. God bless you.